Good evening, humans. Tyrannosaurusmoth here, and tonight we're taking a look at the Masters of the Universe Masterverse new Eternia Beastman figure from Mattel. The whole new Eternia concept, from what I gather, is taking the classic looks mixed with some kind of concept sketches that maybe never made it to toy or screen form in any way, and putting them in a updated figure format. And that's really cool, because essentially we're getting two different figures in one with all of these so far, from what I could tell. So certainly Beastman, and then I think there's a He-Man and a Skeletor coming out in the same wave. So really cool stuff, and really excited to take a look at it. So without further ado, let's do this. Jumping right into aesthetics, and to put it lightly, this version of Beastman looks imposing, and that's part of why I wanted this one so bad. I kind of skipped out on the Revelation version, as much as I love that design just because of space and stuff like that. But when I saw this go up, I'm a sucker for soft goods, and especially, I don't know why, just big furry shoulder pieces. So this worked. And beyond that, this was kind of hard to figure out how to do for a review, just because, again, they kind of have two looks here. You have the kind of concept sketch, which includes this fur piece, and then there's the classic look, which has the other accessories, which I'll get more into in the next section. So it's gonna be a little bit of blur there. But overall here, just a very imposing silhouette. Definitely a wider figure than the other Beastman. Again, I can't really show a side-by-side comparison, unfortunately, and I apologize for that. But you just got so much going on here between the fur on the shoulders. You can see just the shoulders themselves are actually set out further. Even these joints are actually different from pretty much any other figure in the Masterverse line so far. And we'll show that in Articulation as well. But as you can see, the shoulder kind of comes out a little bit, so it's worth noting. And that definitely helps add to the silhouette. It looks better, I think, with this overlay on it. So that is one thing. But speaking of this overlay, just the fur, the little spikes coming off of it, that nice shade of silver. You got the skull in the middle, it just looks really great. Then we got the face sculpt. It has that classic kind of war paint look to it. Really good sculpt otherwise as well, with the horns coming down the front. So just really cool portrait of Beastman. And then we got all these armor pieces. We've got rivets and horns just everywhere. Just really cool. All of these come off as well, by the way. And when we get to Articulation, I'll take all this off just so it's a little bit more obvious. But yeah, it's really cool stuff. You can see we got kind of basically an orange plastic with a relatively heavy wash. This line has definitely gone heavy on the washes, which it makes for an interesting case when you get to the joints, because as you can see, obviously those aren't going to have that wash on them, because it's just gonna make joints stick and stuff like that. But so very dark wash, and it does look good. I mean, I'm definitely a fan of it. So yeah, just a very imposing figure overall. So that's aesthetics. Moving along to accessories, and as I said in the last section, a little blur between this section and the aesthetics, just because, I mean, there's so many overlays out of the package, and I didn't want to make everything this is a super long video. So needless to say, starting off with armor pieces, I guess, since we're there, just these knee pads, the forearm guards, and the delt pads or bicep pads, all removable, all accessories, as well as this chest piece. Again, you'll see it without any of this in the next section. But then moving on from that, so this look being the kind of concept sketch version of Beastman, and that also comes with this kind of bear kind of headpiece. This, I don't know, it looks awesome though. Honestly, this looked even better in person than I thought it would. Going by the promo pics, I thought it looked cool, but here in person, it's just like really nicely done. I love the design of it. Just, yeah, really nice, like some paint for the teeth and the eyes, and the horns. Other than that, it's just that kind of reddish brown plastic, and it looks really good and sits on his head perfectly. And then beyond that, the other armor piece for just the classic look of Beastman is this overlay, and as you can see, is a tab on the back, and got a nice wash here over the fur. You got this more of those spikes, nice gold chain with this kind of teal kind of Chaos Star clock piece. Just really, really well done. So a nice way to have the classic look of Beastman if you so wish. And then beyond that, we'll get into hands. So right out of the package, we get a left kind of clawed hand, very well done. We got that wash going over it. We have the fingernails painted. So really well done there. And then we get a right fist. And then we get, it's totally gonna fall over his knee. Nope. And then we get 2 gripping hands, and these are the same thing, you know, wash all over. We got the nails painted and all that. So just all the details are there in all of the accessories. And then finally that brings us to weapons. So first thing we get is this giant club. This is like literally 2/3 the size of the actual figure. It is huge, and you can see it's just brown plastic with the white plastic spikes. Looks like this brown piece is an overlay. I'm kind of wondering how they did this, because it looks like, yeah, like this is over the spikes, which come with the or seem like they're a piece of the handle. Maybe they're not, but yeah, just really well done. As you can see, just some detailing there for the wrap, and then the spikes there, and kind of a wood grain. And then finally, last but not least, we get the whip. So as you can see, this really cool kind of bluish metal tint and a little like string on it. I have it wrapped up, but as you can see, there's some details on the handle as well, and there's some details up there, so it's really cool. So that's accessories. Moving on to articulation, we got some really good stuff here. A lot of our standard Masterverse fare, however, really good range, and we're gonna get into that. Just right off the bat, I'm gonna say, I knew I was gonna take all the armor off. However, these shin pads have the types of clasps that I have a history of not being able to get back together, so I'm gonna leave those on for now. It's also good that they do not hinder the articulation at all. So starting head to toe as we do, our head is on the barbell joint that we get with a lot of Mattel figures, and we get some insane up, well, go a little too far there, but we get some insane up. We don't really get any down, however, we're pretty much just looking forward, but we get some little bit of tilt there. Again, the way the neck is shaped is a little awkward there, just that it's Beastman is very, very bulky. We come down to the shoulders and we have a hinge and swivel. We can get into our direct T. We have bicep swivel that moves pretty well. Double jointed elbows that fold beautifully in half. All of our hands are on hinge and swivel, all horizontal. Then we get down to the diaphragm. We have a ball joint here. So we're moving around okay. Nothing great. We're not getting any real rotation. There's a little bit of movement. So our crunch is about that. And then back, not too much better. We're pretty much coming to a neutral, though he is a hunched over character, so that's worth noting as well. We come to the waist, and we have our swivel there. Come to our hips, and we come out to almost complete splits, which is fantastic, especially for a figure of this size. Then we have some thigh swivel. We have some double jointed knees, which bring us all the way there, which is very, very beautiful. And then we actually have a calf cut, which is hidden exceptionally well by this armor piece. But if that's not there, obviously you'll see it a little bit more. But as it stands, just really well done. Then we come to the feet, and our point. Gonna take a little bit of work with the armor there, but so we got an okay point. Not really anything on the forward, but some pretty good pivot there as well. So that's articulation. Getting into size comparisons, here he is with some other Masterverse figures. With some Hasbro. With some imports. With some monsters. Finally, with an articulated Icons Oni, and yours truly in human form as an articulated Icons Ninja. So my final thoughts on the Masters of the Universe Masterverse new Eternia Beastman figure from Mattel is that this is a fantastic figure. I've been loving this line. I've pretty much almost exclusively collected villains, but that's kind of how I am with a lot of lines. So just take that as it is. But I'm not even a huge Beastman fan, but when I saw this revealed, I was like, okay, I need that one. I love the presentation. I love the silhouette of this figure, just the soft goods, and you know, the modularity of it totally put it over. And you know, I'm really excited about all this new Eternia stuff that they are doing with the Masterverse, because I think it's going to give a lot of options, and you know, basically have two figures in one, as I said earlier. So, and you know, who doesn't love that? So as of right now, these are showing up on Target shelves, and that's and pretty plentiful. I found like an entire case at the store when I picked this up today, and you know, so hopefully these will be very easy to get. Beyond that, they are not a Target exclusive. They are kind of a timed exclusive. I guess they're going to be in Targets for like a month or for a couple of weeks or something, and then they're going to show up on your favorite online retailers such as Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth, etc. So when they go up online, I will definitely be putting links in the description below, but for now you can check your local Target. However, if you're watching this review later and wondering where to get it, please check the description below, because I will add the links as they become available. So that being said, I hope you found this review you know, informative and somewhat entertaining, and if you did, please consider liking, commenting, subscribing, and or sharing. Beyond that, if you want to take it to the next level and help me even more, please check out the links I have at the bottom of the description to help me more directly. So yeah, all of that being said, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one, pardon me. So yeah, please take care of yourself, take care of those around you, and most importantly, stay weird, simians.